I was literally sitting on the sidewalk in Skid Row playing with my blood. Kid you not. Not a lot of people make it out of things like that. Very lucky. It was definitely by the grace of God, I'll tell you that much. I get my stuff together and do my thing and I hit. Next thing I know, I'm waking up to this dude with dreads staring at me, hanging over me, saying, bro, you're lucky, man, because I wasn't about to bring this today, the Narcan. And like, you can't stop shaking. Like, literally, it's painful. Like, the worst thing is, like, you can't even go to sleep because you can't stop moving your legs. And the whole time you're doing that, you're throwing up, you're getting hot flashes, cold flashes. 1 minute you're burning up, sweating. The next minute you're freezing. They're like, yeah, why would you want to leave? And I'm like, because this is horrible. This is not the way that I want to live. It's horrible. After that, I have not used in over 4 years now. Completely changed my life, completely changed my heart, changed my mind, took my anxiety, took my depression. When I was on drugs and alcohol, this video would have completely changed my life. I ask that if you know anybody struggling with addiction or alcoholism, that you send them this video in hopes that it will bring hope and inspiration to them, that they can also get off of these substances and live a better life through Jesus Christ. Also, before you watch this miraculous testimony, Raven and Dove Ministry, our mission is to go to the homeless on Skid Row in Southern California and speak to high school students and college students, even to bring amazing testimonies to them in this reprobate generation, because that is what we are living in, is a reprobate society in the end times. And it is time for the harvest. So please, if you would like to donate to that mission, our Cashapp and Venmo is below. Pray to the Lord and ask Him what you should do and how much you should give. Also, please like and subscribe. It helps get these videos into the algorithm. And you'd be doing a great favor to these individuals that need to see these videos. Because if I saw this video, I probably wouldn't have had to have gone through the things that I went through. God bless. I hope you enjoy the testimony. Elotes. Oh, I like elotes. I lived in Southern California for a little bit. And little cart guy would come through dinging his ding, ding, ding. Go out there, give me a nice elote. Yeah, I love the mountains, but I much prefer the beach. I'm a beach guy. Southern California will be my destination. I've got some business down there to take care of. But yeah, I was on Skid Row, and I was bad, man. I was really bad. Could have been a horror movie for some people, right? Not a lot of people make it out of things like that. I'm very lucky. It was definitely by the grace of God, I'll tell you that much. And I know that one time, God He definitely saved me. I'm going to tell you that right now. He definitely saved me. I'll tell you that real quick. I was on Skid Row, and I'm not going to lie, I was a little bullied. I was just a little bullied, but they called me Cashapp because every time I dealt with money, I did it with Cashapp until someone stole my phone. Of course. Don't ever let anybody on Skid Row borrow your phone. That is like a thing out there, right? They don't let you borrow phones. So if you get stuck out there, you can't even go to a gas station. I remember going to gas stations asking if I could use their phones. They wouldn't let me. It's like, they're so used to it. They're so used to so many homeless people coming in, you know, and just like acting crazy. So they just assume that they're going to. But yeah, I was out there for about a month, and the guy in the tent that I was next to, I was in a bigger tent than he was, even though he kind of bullied me. But he stole my phone. I know he did. I got really high one day, and I walked away. I left my phone in the seat. I walked away, went back, it was gone. I know who exactly stole it. But I stole his bike. So that's how I escaped from there. I stole his bike. But eventually I got tired of it, man. I got tired of being on Skid Row and just withdrawing out there. You know, you think withdrawing in a clinic or a rehab is bad. Try withdrawing on Skid Row in 100-degree weather and just nasty conditions. Rats. Literally, there are people, I kid you not, there are people that literally live with rats and they're okay with it. In their tent, they do not care. It's like, it's demonic. That is demonic. If anything is demonic, that is demonic, right? I remember I told this guy, the tent that I OD'd in, I was like, this reminds me of Spawn. I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Spawn, but it reminds me of the movie Spawn, the homeless, when he goes to hell and everyone's homeless. That's exactly what it felt like. It felt like I was in hell. And I remember what really was the final straw was being in West Hollywood. No, not West. I think it was North Hollywood. And sitting on the sidewalk with a needle, and I could not get it, right? It would not go in. And so I kept having to empty it out and pouring it in a cap. So over and over again, I had to do it, draws in the blood, right? And it gets clotted. So I'd have to empty it out. I was literally sitting on the sidewalk in Skid Row playing with my blood. Kid you not. Then I finally got it and I went into a porta potty and stayed in there for about 20 minutes because I forgot that I was in there. That was kind of like my final straw right there, right? And so I woke up one morning and this guy that stole my phone, I took his bike. I was like, I got to get out of here. I've had enough of it. I got to get out. And so I stole his bike. I packed all my stuff. I should have just left all of it, but dude, I had like a whole big bag full of stuff. I think I actually had like a suitcase that I'd like, but I woke up, everyone's sleeping. I was the first one to wake up. It's a street with, tents lying down, but all of us kind of hung out with each other. And I grabbed the bike, we grabbed my stuff, and I just took off as fast as I could. And I was praying to God that they did not wake up and see me because they would have caught me with that luggage. I remember just like pedaling as fast as I could and people passing me on the street looking at me like, yo, did this guy just break into a house? So that's what it looked like. Looked like I just robbed somebody. But so I got away from there and I ended up in this baseball field and I was trying to sell this bike because I needed to get money so that I could purchase. And so I actually ended up with these guys and this girl, not knowing it, that this girl was a prostitute. And she was hitting on me and she was trying to get me to stay. And she's like, oh, just stay a little bit and I'll get you some. You don't have to sell the bike. And then I caught on to what was going on. So I dipped out of there on the bike. Then I went to downtown. I hopped on the train, what do they call it out there? I hopped on the train and went to downtown LA, like Central Station, I think, or whatever. And right there at Skid Row, and I found someone, sold the bike. He was like, is it stolen? And I was like, no, man, no, I promise you. So I sold it for 20 bucks, left, hopped on the train again, went back to the West Hollywood, I think, or North Hollywood, where I was at the porta potty that time. And then I walked up to this guy's tent and I was like, I was trying to get something. And he pretty much just told me to screw off and that he didn't know me. And I was like, okay, crap. I didn't know what to do because I didn't know anybody else. But there was this guy standing there that I've never seen before. And he pretty much influenced the dude to sell me some. He's like, dude, this guy's cool, man. I see him up here all the time. And I'm like thinking like, I've been up here like 3 times. I've been out here for like a month. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know how he knows me. This dude was not homeless. This guy was clean cut, right? He was clean cut. He didn't look like a dealer or nothing. He just looked clean cut, like he lived out there. And so after he got the guy to give me some, he's like, yo, you want a safe place to hit? Which is like really strange because unless you like know the person, they're not going to just let you in their tent. It's just not like that out there, you know? And I was like, sure. So not just that, but he was like, I'm going to take you to my nephew's tent. And I just look back and it just gives me goosebumps. It gives me chills because it's not, that's not normal. So he's like, I'm going to take you to my nephew's tent. So he took me to his nephew's tent, big tent. You walk inside, coffee table. Some of these people out here, we had a flat screen TV in our tent. This guy's got a TV, coffee table, and he's just sitting there on his little couch in the tent. And this white guy, skinny dude, kind of smaller dude, he's got a little puppy, he's got dreads. And these guys just seem normal. Like they didn't seem like they were homeless. Like they just seemed like normal people. That was the guy that I said, this reminds me of Spawn. And he was like, bro, I say that all the time. He's like, people don't know what I'm talking about. And just make sure it's on. And so we're just talking. I get my stuff together and do my thing and I hit. Next thing I know, I'm waking up to this dude with dreads staring at me, hanging over me, saying, bro, you're lucky, man, because I wasn't about to bring this today, the Narcan. He's like, I wasn't about to bring this today, but I did. And I was like, I woke up, and when you get the Narcan, it completely rips the, I don't know what I can say on YouTube, but it rips the chemicals off of the receptors that it connects to get you high. And so when that happens, it sends you into immediate withdrawal because all of it gets ripped off. It sends you into immediate withdrawal. So I'm sick. I wake up sick and like, thank goodness he saved me, but I'm an addict. Just like, this is just how sick we are, right? This is how you know this is not normal. Like, it's a mental illness. It is a disease. You have like diabetes and stuff. People call diabetes a disease. It's like, well, these people who got diabetes, a lot of them got it because they wouldn't stop eating junk food and they got diabetes from it, right? So if we consider that a disease, then why is it that we wouldn't consider alcoholism or addiction a disease? Because it is. Once you get on it, the definition of a disease is that you cannot be healed from it or fixed from it without medical intervention. And it's true. I mean, not just do you need medical intervention to get off of it, like other things to help get off of it, but you need things to heal your brain. You need therapy. You need spiritual therapy. You need God. God is the biggest thing, right? That's what healed me. I was in rehab treatment center after treatment center, and nothing worked. And for years, 5 years. And it wasn't until Jesus legit revealed himself to me and rescued me, and then I changed. After that, I have not used in over 4 years now. Completely changed my life, completely changed my heart, changed my mind, took my anxiety, took my depression, gave me future, gave me hope that I have a future without these substances, right? And so it is a disease. And what did I do after I woke up from that, y'all? What did I do after I woke up? What do y'all think I did after I was Narcaned and brought back to life? What do you think I did? Write in the comments what it is that you think I did. Go ahead. Take a wild guess. All right. If you get it right, I will write you a love letter. Okay? I don't know. Whatever. This is the best love letter we could ever have right here. The Bible, right? So, anyways, so what do you think I did? I prepared me another one, did it again. And he's looking at me like, dude, like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be good. He's like, all right. So I did. Thank God I was fine. But, you know, I left there and I'm done with it now. Like, I called this guy that I spoke to when I was in Georgia. That's part of the reason why I came out to California and it ended up in Los Angeles. I was staying with a friend that was gonna let me go to this clinic, the methadone clinic, and everything. That did not work out. I ended up on Skid Row, but my phone got stolen, so I couldn't get in touch with this guy anymore. So finally I did after about a month. So I called him. He's like, all right, meet me downtown at this place. I'm like, okay. So I get out of that tent and oh, you know what? As I'm walking to the train to go to this place, I remember this guy, the only person that let me, and I just thought of this, the only person that let me use their phone was this couple, this white couple, and the guy had dreads, and the guy had dreads, and which is weird because the guy in the tent also had dreads. I just thought about that, but as I was leaving, I found them. And I was like, "Yo, can I use your phone?" He's like, "Yeah, man." They were super cool, but they were rough though, man. They were rough. They wanted to be out there. Like, they literally left where they were living to live out there. I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm leaving." They were like, "Why?" But there's a park down there where most of the homeless are. I can't remember the name of it, but I got on the train with them. We went down there to the park to their tent, and yeah, they're like, "Yeah, why would you want to leave?" And I'm like, "Because this is horrible. This is not the way that I want to live. It's horrible." So, and oh, I thought I'm looking at them like, oh, I thought it was my wife driving the same car. They probably were like, what the oh man. They're like, man, this guy's really happy, man. Jesus, tell you what. But anyways, where was I? So yeah, so the guy's like, meet me down there. So I was like, all right, guys, I gotta go. I'm high. And if you know anything about this drug called FET, it you go into this mode. And like, I'm going to trying to hurry up to get to this dude downtown. And every single time I came to where I crossed the street, I'd walk up to it and then I'd pass out. And then I'd wake back up and I'm like, oh, it's like I'm trying to cross the street. I kept doing that until I got there. It's like a zombie trying to get to this place. Oh, well, he was meeting me at the last bookstore. Look it up, last bookstore. Pretty cool place. Well, so he finds me, and right before I get into his car, I throw up. So he's like, "Oh yeah, this is great." Like, right here at Skid Row, and this is perfect. So they took me to this treatment center, and it's Charlie Street in Southern Cal. Oh man, dude, I know that I belong in Southern California. Every single time I think about it, it's just like there's this like the Holy Spirit is like drawing me there, like something about it. I'm supposed to be out there on Skid Row and stuff. Anyways, I'm speaking my mind too much. I just feel it in my heart, man. But so yeah, I'm passed out in the car. They're driving me from downtown Los Angeles all the way to Orange County. But this place, this Charlie Street place, is just like, they call it a low bottom indigent recovery center. So pretty much where like the people that nobody wants and like the useless, this is where they go to get clean because they can't afford to go to a nice place or anything. At this point, I think my health insurance ran out. So that's why I couldn't go to a nice place anymore. But when you go to this place, though, you go into the office with all the people. The guys, everyone there volunteers. It's people who went through the program and everything, and they're just looking at me. They literally betted against me. That's how bad I was. They literally were making bets on me that this guy is not gonna make it. That I was bad, man. I think I've made that very clear a few times. But yeah, well, I got took a shower and everything, and I'm just waiting. I'm like, man, I know this is about to start, these withdrawals, it's about to happen, but I'm like, I'm ready for it, whatever. And so I get into bed. That same night, I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, just puking my guts out, sick. And if you've ever gone through these withdrawals, like opiate withdrawals, horrible, man. What happens is your nervous system gets so suppressed the whole time that, or while you're on it, that, and your body's always like relaxed because of it, that like when you come off of it, I think this hawk flew by earlier. I think that's a hawk, or is that uh but your nervous system is so suppressed because of the drugs, that when you come off of it, your nervous system doesn't know what to do. It doesn't know how to react, so it like flares up, and it goes into like this super inflammation mode, and like you can't stop shaking. Like literally, it's painful. Like the worst thing is like you can't even go to sleep because you can't stop moving your legs. And the whole time you're doing that, you're throwing up, you're getting hot flashes, cold flashes. 1 minute you're burning up, sweating. The next minute you're freezing cold. It's not fun. But I got through it, man. A week later, I got through it. I was laying down. They came in to do an AA meeting because they do AA meetings there. And I did not know that while you're sick, you had to go. So I'm laying down in bed throwing up, and the guys came in the room. They're like, yo, you got to go to the meeting. And I'm like, bro, what? So it was pretty intense, but anyways, and I literally was intense. Get it? Yeah. See, I got clean there. I got a car, got my wife. That's a whole other story. But a couple years later, I'm praying and I'm asking God, like, I'm praying. Just this idea comes in my mind, like an epiphany, right? I'm driving down the road, just had this epiphany. That was angels that saved me on Skid Row. The guy that took me to his nephew's tent, that was angels. I just had this epiphany. And as soon as I thought that, I look at the clock and it was 5:44, right? You could say whatever you want. I don't care what you think, all right? God talks to me through the number 44. He does, all right? The whole Bible is numbered, right? The book of Numbers. It's not numerology, okay? It's just he does use numbers sometimes to confirm it, right? So he talks to me through the number 44. The moment I said that, it was 5:44, and as soon as I said it, bam, 6 o'clock. The clock literally jumped from 5:44 to 6 o'clock like that. And not, my wife saw it too. It wasn't just me. We both saw it, and we were like, it was the moment I said that. That was angels. Bam, 5:44 to 6 o'clock. But yeah. So be always, you never know when you're entertaining angels. So what is the verse? See, it says, always be cautious, because you never know when you're entertaining angels unaware, and they walk this earth, right? But guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you are, where do you want me to go with this, God? Where do you want me to go with this, Lord? Right? If you're on any substances and you're in that bad of a state, I just want you to know that it is absolutely possible to get better, to heal. I am living proof. Sure, I'm not living in a $5 million mansion right now. One day I will be, but right now I'm not living in a $5 million mansion, driving a $1 million car. I don't really care about that stuff, but still, it's gonna happen, regardless. It's just my life. That's how it's gonna end up, right? Um, but I'm not like special like that or anything, but I am living proof that you can go through that stuff and survive. Not a lot of people make it out. I've had a lot of friends, girlfriends pass away because of it, right? I've dealt with a lot of death, overdoses. I've overdosed twice, but if you are living that lifestyle, I promise you, you can get out of it with Jesus. He will pull you out of it. He won't just walk you. If you truly get on your hands and knees and just say, Lord, please relieve me from this death that I am in. Please pull me out of this pit. He will get you out if you fully surrender to him, right? It depends on how bad you want to get out of that mess, right? If you're okay in it, you're going to stay there until you're ready to surrender. But if you really want to get out of it and you surrender, give your life to Christ, right? Listen, when you surrender and he pulls you out of it, you're not going to help but give your life to Christ, because once you see that miracle, once you see him work that in your life, you're going to go from, I didn't know that Jesus was real, to he might be real, to I know he's real. That's what's going to happen in your life. That's how much he is going to change you from the inside out. That is how much he's going to change you. You're going to know that he is Jesus. And then your testimony is going to touch millions of people, right? But this supernatural stuff, guys, is absolutely real. You can laugh all you want. You can mock, whatever. I am living proof that you can go from the worst position you'd want to be in. You can get out of it. But God bless you guys.